I'm Paul Foster, Michelin star chef, restaurateur, but now I'm an intern and I'm in Lichfield at restaurant Upstairs. Upstairs is a Michelin star restaurant and it's above the chef's dad's Jewlers shop. I'm going to be behind the pass with Tom Shepherd and his team, seeing the passion and the precision and everything they put into the plates of food. Let's go upstairs.
Yeah, it's Upstairs by Tom Shepherd. It's incredibly personal. I think anything that's your own, you naturally hold so much closer. Do you know what I mean? I've been a head chef of restaurants and it's an amazing position to be in, but when it's your own place, it's just every single aspect, every single angle, every single part of that restaurant / business is just so personal. Every single guest that comes to this restaurant and sacrifices their time and money, I genuinely am so grateful and thankful, because without that custom, there wouldn't be a restaurant.
Good morning, guys. My name's Mike Blades. I'm the head chef here at Upstairs Restaurant. I've been here for 3.5 years, coming up to 4 in October, ever since we've opened the restaurant, and my favourite chef would have to be Mr. Gordon Ramsay.
So what we got?
Okay, spring moving into summertime, so we've got some beautiful ingredients, British ingredients. So raspberries, absolutely fantastic at the moment, so we've just had a new dish. Come on, absolutely beautiful. These are Glen Ample, so a variety. They're grown in the UK. We've got a quail dish on at the moment, and we just top off a little goat's curd and a little pea fricassee with some beautiful pea shoots on there as well. Again, lovely quails that we've just got onto the menu, absolutely beautiful. So we get these from a region in France called Anjou.
Are you using the whole thing?
Yeah, we'll use the whole thing, so we'll break the birds down very shortly. So we'll use carcasses, wings for sauce. We'll keep the breasts on the crown and roast them very traditionally, loads of foam and butter, garlic, thyme. And then the legs, what we'll do is we'll confit those down and we'll use those in somewhere else in the menu.
So it's 9:20 at the moment, and mise en place. This is the busiest time in the kitchen, so everyone's running around. There's meat being prepped, herbs being picked, purees being made. This is the most crucial part of the kitchen.
My name's Anthony, I'm a sous chef. I've been here just over a year. I'd say my favourite chef is obviously Mr. Tom Shepherd.
What do you do with them during service? How do you cook them?
So during service right now, we're just prepping these down, and these will be steamed prior to service.
What temperature? Just steam them at?
58 degrees.
Yeah.
And so what I'm doing is I'm reserving any excess duck fat.
Yeah.
I'll render that down with loads of aromats and then steam them back in that duck fat. And then they're obviously straight out into ice water at room temperature for service. Just render that fat down really nice and slowly. And to be fair, by the time that fat's rendered down, we've got a nice bit of foaming butter in there. They can pretty much come out of the pan and just rest through in that foaming butter just to sort of come up to temperature again.
I had no intention of being a chef at all. I said that, I always sort of romantically say that I never baked scones with my mum or my nan. That was never an interest of mine, obviously, but even growing up, I was just sports. I was just mad into sports. It wasn't until I took a training manager's course at a hotel in Warmley where I met a chef called Wayne Thompson, and I was on the bar for 3 months. Part of my training was like I was on the bar for 3 months, then I went into the restaurant as in a waiter, which I couldn't stand, and then I went the 3 months after that was for in the kitchen. So I'd already built a really good relationship with Wayne. We're both Villa fans, and he just took me under his wing and he gave me this belief, but more on top of that, he created a culture in the kitchen that really suited me and my personality, and I didn't know that culture existed up until then because I'd never stepped foot into a kitchen. So then Wayne was like, you need to get yourself to a starred restaurant, which is exactly what I did. You start meeting the cultures that suit me and the personalities that suit me. So it wasn't until like the Latimer and Sats where actually the people around me were very similar minded. I play a card where I come in very unassuming, that I don't really know what I'm talking about, and I play it very cold, so I'm just a case of just, I'm more than happy to listen. My whole career I've made, a lot of people have made mistakes that I've learnt from. This isn't luck. Like owning a restaurant that's fully booked this year, going into next year and winning Great British Menu, etc. That isn't luck. You don't just get given that. That's through meticulous work and hard work and dedication and sacrifice. Yeah, okay, I knew I could cook, but getting a star after 4 months, I didn't think we were that good. I didn't think I was that good. So I'm going to be brutally honest, that was the thing. So mine doesn't come from humbleness. It's humble now because I'm the same person, I won't change at all. But at the same time, it's come from an insecurity where I don't know if I'm good enough.
first off then, Paul, we're going to take off the sticker. Got the whole bird, and essentially what we're going to do is we actually cook these very traditionally. So the breast
Best
we leave
way.
on the crown,
Lovely.
and we cook it like that. So first off, we're going to remove the head, just scrape off those feathers, turn it over. We're going to just make a little incision down the back, and we're going to remove the neck. And essentially, really gently, these are really delicate birds because of the size. We're just going to scrape down the edge of the wishbone, and then just run your fingers over. And you're just going to remove the wishbone, and all that does is going to, when we come to cook it and carve it, we'll be able to take the breast off super clean and get all of that meat out of there. Next, we're going to remove the wings. Can I have a pair of scissors, please, Ant? So we're just going to score around the top, right next to the breast, top of the wing there, and we're just going to scrape that down so the bone's nice and clean. And essentially, we're going to use that as a presentation bone when it's on the plate. We're going to remove any hairs that are on there, any little feathers using the blowtorch, and also what we are going to do is it just sets the skin a little bit. We're not too concerned about the skin on the leg for this particular dish, so we can actually score over the top of the leg. Next one, we're just going to come up the back here, again making sure that we leave plenty of skin. Break the backbone, and then it's full of all its innards. What sometimes we have done previous, not on this dish, but we've used the livers because we've made a really nice quail parfait, quail and chicken parfait, and we've used that as a little side tartlet. Hearts sometimes, but they are really small. So,
Very nice.
And that is our finished product, ready to go into service for the guys to roast on the crown.
Perfect.
Butter, thyme, garlic, loads of beautifulness.
Hiya, my name's Noah. I'm the junior sous here. I've been here pretty much from the start when we opened. My nickname, I've sort of only really got one, and it's Noz, which is short for Noah. My favourite chef, I'd have to say at the minute, is probably Tom Kerridge.
What are we making?
So these are our little tostada snacks. So we use these at the start when all the guests come in. We essentially serve these with a cured salmon, which we dress in a little sort of Asian ketchup, soy, mirin, rice wine vinegar, a little bit of dashi and some ponzu in there.
So what are these made with?
So these are made with gram flour. We've then got a little bit of 00 pasta flour in there, olive oil, water. That's it.
A lovely crispy.
Really crispy, really good texture. You can see they're almost starting to bubble up. They go a bit like a poppadom mixed with a tortilla.
With the gram flour in there gives it that sort of texture.
We obviously have the 4 snacks on, and what we'll try and do is each sort of season we'll change either the beetroot croustade, for example, will change into maybe a beef tartare into winter. With this one, because we've got really nice weather, the salmon's really light, the dressing's really light, it's fresh. So we'll essentially change the protein, or maybe change the jelly that we do in it, or the emulsion, just something to bring out what's best in season at that time.
We've got to be honest, we haven't got a development chef, we haven't got a development kitchen. My name's above the door, every dish has to come from me in my opinion, and that's it. We will sometimes get, I've got a head chef now, sous chef, etc. Sometimes an idea may come from them going, oh chef, cherries, we haven't used cherries, how about doing a dish with cherries, how does that sound? I may consider it, but I am quite black and white with it, if I'm being honest. I think if my name's above the door, it has to be a reflection of me. And that comes from a fear as well. I said, as soon as someone comes here and starts changing dishes that isn't me, then it's no longer upstairs by Tom Shepherd, it's just upstairs restaurant and that's it. All the mise en place and all the components of those dishes, they're not manifested by one person. I say to Mike, I was like, Mike, we've got a quail dish at the moment, it's got a broad bean pesto. I've never made a broad bean pesto in my life. We always go down we've had a couple of quail dishes on where we've used like a salsa verde, something herbaceous and something, a little bit of acidity. Broad beans are in, made a broad bean pesto, put loads of lemon juice, lemon zest in there, it tastes absolutely delicious. But that's a new one for me, so I'm like, Mike, just do you want to make a broad bean pesto? We've got a rocket pesto recipe, let's just change the rocket for broad beans and see where we go. We did it and it was delicious. Naturally, it takes between about 2 and 3 weeks from idea to plate. Some dishes, if they take longer than that, it probably isn't right. If it takes shorter than that, we then hold back a little bit and just sort of sit with it. Just sort of sit with it and go, okay, I do really like it, but I'm a bit overwhelmed. If we've got the first dish as better than we thought, but we can still refine it a little bit. So between 2 and 3 weeks really for a new dish.
So the bread here is made fresh every day. It's now 10 o'clock and that's when they roll the bread ready to prove. Let's go and see how it's done.
Hi, my name's Georgia. My nickname's George. I've been here for just over a year and a bit. My favourite chef is, I'd have to say, Heston Blumenthal, and my position is chef de partie. So this is our Parker House roll. So it's a sort of a cross between a normal traditional brioche and your white loaf, kind of.
Okay. So what are you weighing it to here?
So at the moment, I'm going to weigh it to 20-gram balls, and these are going to be in stove pots of 3.
Okay.
And these are for our dietaries, so if anyone's gluten-free, so if they're sat on a table of 2, and we've got 1 gluten-free, so we'll have the gluten-free
So
option.
one person gets a small one of their own?
Yeah, and then one person will have like a tiger gluten-free loaf.
So it's nearly 10:30, time for staff food. I've just seen what they're serving up, and we've got beautiful sandwiches. It's a hot day, so you don't want anything too heavy when you're running around the kitchen. We've got mozzarella, we've got some mortadella, pesto on lovely crusty bread. That's a quality staff lunch.
Fantastic. Morning, everyone. For today's lunch, we have 38 covers, 9 covers at 12, 12 at 12:30, including Bainbridges on table 5, 1 gluten-free. At 1:15, 1 table of 4. There is a request to speak to yourself, chef.
So basically these are tasting plates, and we do this before every single service, so not just lunch.
Yeah.
We do it for dinner because certain bits will obviously need to be redone for dinner service. We do everything, especially from the emulsions, the purees. We do these fresh every day. So we have set recipes for the day before, so we know exactly what we're doing, and that's it. So all these recipes are done every single morning. They're obviously checked as we go, but some get missed. You know what chefs are like sometimes. They like to cut corners, etc. So
But it's just limiting
Of course it is.
issues all the way through.
a lot of chefs will go, oh, well, there's no point checking it at 12 o'clock, and I'll get that for sure, but there won't be anything on here that's drastically wrong at all.
No.
They just need adjusting, if at all, and if they do need adjusting, we'll ensure after service they're done properly.
Yes.
So this is probably one of my favourite things to actually make in the kitchen, because you know when you've done it right and they puff up beautifully, you know you're onto a winner. So what we've done is made a 50-50 wild rice and tapioca mix, spread it out, dried it, and then we've just dusted them with 2 types of powders. So we've got the green one here, which is a seaweed and chive, and this is just a simple dried shiitake mushroom. The mushroom we find goes well with the truffle mayonnaise, etc. And the chive obviously just works incredibly well. Really nice and vibrant. Nice bit of crisp on there. We serve these warm as well, so they're straight out of our fryer. And we also want the guests to enjoy them warm, because that's when they're sort of at their peak of wanting to eat them. So this is when all the snacks are said and done. This is how we'll send them out. So we've got the Parmesan sablé biscuit. We've got the truffle polenta over here, the salmon with the tostada and the dashi jelly, and of course the probably my personal favourite, salt baked beetroot with the goat's cheese, smoked ox heart on top as well. And then we also serve just in here, this is just a little bit of hand sanitizer. So we do feel, you know, as you're just picking them up, because we don't serve like cutlery with it, if you're going to pick something up and you get it on your hands, you don't really want to wipe it down you. So we just serve one of them, which will stay on the table until the bread course. Again, the bread's got a lovely sort of soy glaze on top, which is quite sticky. That again perfectly just helps.
Naturally, it takes between about 2 and 3 weeks from idea to plate. Some dishes, if they take longer than that, it probably isn't right. If it takes shorter than that, we then hold back a little bit and just sort of sit with it. Just sort of sit with it and go, okay, I do really like it, but I'm a bit overwhelmed if we've got the first dish as better than we thought, but we can still refine it a little bit. So between 2 and 3 weeks, really for a new dish. Staying true to your philosophy is the hardest thing I would say when it comes to creating a new dish, because you can be so easily influenced by social media and fashion. There's no lie, I think our industry is very fashion orientated in essence of it needs to keep moving, needs to keep evolving, but there's also no doubt about it that the basics are the basics, and our culinary expertise comes from very classical backgrounds. For us, I'm very classic trained, very classically led. I don't try and reinvent the wheel, I simply try and evolve it. That's with cooking techniques, so sometimes we'll pick some cooking techniques up from social media, from going to eat out, travelling, whatever it might be. If they don't work, I will never put them on just because it sounds good. This is just grilled octopus. So we braise this for 30 minutes in the pressure cooker. Then we glaze this in a beautiful Kung Pao style glaze. So we reduce rice wine vinegar by half, if you try that. Reduce it by half and then incorporate some like Kung Pao syrup into it. It's like super, super punchy.
So this is our raspberry choux. So in the bottom we've got some British raspberries, a choux pastry, and then a whipped egg custard. And then we've got some raspberry jelly and a raspberry gel that we make from a raspberry consommé, and some obviously fresh bits of raspberry, and then some apple marigold. And on the side we've got a long pepper sablé with a raspberry sorbet. So in the bowl we've got a banana cake, compressed banana, pecan and oat granola, banana ice cream, and then a caramel zigzag. This is a banana mousse, chocolate folding poppy candy, dipped in white chocolate and cocoa butter and hand painted.
The proudest achievement by a mile is getting the Michelin star. I think the 4 months is, I'm downplaying it in one respect, but you can't downplay the success of that whenever you get it. It doesn't matter if it takes you 4 months, 4 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter. So for me, I think we just nailed it. Now the timing, now the brief essentially. I think I said upstairs has massively evolved over that time, but I think from the inspector's perspective, they saw our authenticity from the very get-go. But by a mile, yeah, winning a star was by far the most incredible accolade I could ever achieve. What's next for upstairs? We will continually evolve. We've evolved as much as we can in terms of space here, so we've now got a clear idea of what our sort of size is, what our delivery can be, and what our team can be. We've maxed out on our team, there's no two ways about that. And rooms are coming up, so the rooms, we bought 4 Georgian cottages in the top of the Lichfield precinct. So they're going to be ready around October time. So we're going to start to do like sort of restaurant with rooms type of scenario. So 4 one-bed Georgian townhouses, and we're just going through the purchase of the whole building. So I'm just going through the purchase now of buying the whole building off my dad. So downstairs will become a commodity for me next year, and we very much want to incorporate downstairs to upstairs. I'm loving building my own brand. I've got some incredible experiences at different sports venues and guest chef appearances, etc. I want to continue growing Tom Shepherd as well as upstairs. I think I see a lot of exciting value in that.
Listen, thank you for having us today. It's been amazing. Obviously, everyone eating here, but being beyond the pass, it just shows me exactly what you guys do. You've got an amazing team, really welcoming and incredible food.
Thank you so much for that. No, it's been a pleasure having you in, mate. And it's just a nice insight, and I think I'm looking forward to watching it. It's a nice insight to what it's all about, what it takes to get to that sort of point really of service in general.
Even as a chef, 26 years, I see things I've not seen before, learn things, but no, really grateful. Thank you.
Cheers,
Good to see you.
Top man.
So I've had an incredible day here at upstairs. Like the passion, precision, the team spirit is fantastic here. Like really enjoyed myself, and I've learned loads as well. And if you've enjoyed seeing behind the pass, then subscribe, like this, and comment. Where do you want to see us? But for now, I'm going to eat some of Tom's food. So I've been treated to a duck dish. So we've got duck breast, a little pastilla, some beetroot, and some nice duck liver. Nice, huh? We'll make a foodie out of you, yeah.
Oh wow.
Have you had scallop before?
Nope.
No?
Never had it.
One of the best shellfish about. What do you think?
Beautiful that is.
Yeah, you've got that like peanut flavours as well.
Is it satay?
It's like a satay style.
Yeah.
The radish on top, freshen it up.
Yeah.
But how good's that scallop? Roasted scallop, best way to have it.
Probably not going to taste a better scallop now though, am I?
No. You'll be able to match it, but probably won't beat it.